Every year, millions of people Google the same question: is Africa safe? And every year, the answer surprises them because while the news shows you conflict, the data tells a completely different story. Today, we're counting down the top 10 safest countries in Africa, ranked by the 2026 Global Peace Index, crime statistics, and traveler safety reports. These are nations where you can walk at night, leave your phone on a table, and raise a family without looking over your shoulder. And I guarantee you, at least 3 countries on this list will shock you. Let's get into it. At number 10 is Liberia. If you grew up in the 90s, Liberia was a synonym for war. 2 brutal civil wars, child soldiers, a nation torn apart. Fast forward to 2026, and Liberia is one of the safest countries on the continent. That's not hyperbole, that's data. With a Global Peace Index score of 1.939, Liberia ranked 70th in the world. Think about that for a second. A country that was literally in flames 20 years ago is now safer than countries in Eastern Europe, Latin America, and parts of the United States. The transformation came from community-driven peace initiatives, security reform, and a population that decided they had enough of war. Is it perfect? No. Monrovia still has crime, but the trajectory, it's one of the most inspiring comeback stories on earth. And number 9, Senegal. Dakar isn't just one of Africa's coolest cities, it's one of its safest capitals. Senegal has a GPI score of 1.936 and sits at 69th globally. And here's why that matters. This is a country surrounded by instability. Mali to the east, the Sahel conflict raging nearby, and yet Senegal has held the line. It's a democracy that actually functions. Power changes hands peacefully. The military stays in its barracks. And the people, they're famous for teranga, the Wolof word for hospitality. It means you treat strangers like family. Senegal benefits from stable political environment, strong social cohesion, and a welcoming culture. Tourism along its rivers and beaches continues to flourish because people feel safe there. In a region where neighbors are struggling, Senegal is the calm in the storm. Number 8 is Zambia. Zambia is what I call the most underrated, safe country in Africa. Since independence in 1964, it has never had a civil war, never had a coup, never had a political meltdown that destroyed its neighbors. It just stayed stable with a GPI of 1.914, ranking 64th in the world. Zambia is a country where you can drive across the wilderness, sleep under the stars, and wake up to elephants at your tent without a security guard holding an AK-47. Victoria Falls, South Luangwa National Park, Livingstone, these are places where families go, where honeymooners go, where solo travelers go, and they come back saying the same thing: I felt safer than in my own city. Number 7 is Ghana. If there's one country on this list you've probably already heard is safe, it's Ghana. And it's true, Ghana is the most stable democracy in West Africa, full stop. With a GPI score of 1.898 and a world ranking of 61, it outperforms most of the world. Accra is vibrant, it's fast, it's loud, but it's also welcoming. The Year of Return campaign brought African diaspora home by the thousands, and they stayed because they felt safe. Ghana sits far south of the Sahel conflict zone. It has no active internal conflict, no terrorism, just beaches, culture, history, and a capital city where the biggest danger is eating too much jollof rice. Ghana is a proof that democracy and safety go hand in hand. And number 6 is Madagascar. This one might surprise you. Madagascar, the world's 4th largest island, ranked on the 6th safest country in Africa with a GPI of 1.895, placing it 59th globally. Why? Geography is destiny. Being on an island 400 kilometers off the coast of East Africa means Madagascar doesn't border conflict zones. No spillover violence, no refugee crisis, no cross-border terrorism. Its isolation is its armor. Now, Madagascar is not wealthy. It's underdeveloped, but violent crime remarkably low. The threats here are natural: cyclones, not criminals. For travelers, Madagascar offers lemurs, baobabs, and beaches with a side of genuine peace. Sometimes being cut off from the world is a blessing. At number 5, Sierra Leone. If Liberia was a comeback story, Sierra Leone is a resurrection. This country endured one of the most horrific civil wars in modern history. Diamonds funded the carnage, the world watched in horror, and then Sierra Leone chose peace with a GPI score of 1.887 and a world ranking of 57. Sierra Leone is now safer than Greece, safer than France, and safer than the United Kingdom on some indices. Community-driven peace initiative and a security reform rebuilt this nation from the ground up. Freetown is now a commercial hub, the beaches are stunning, the people are warm, and the war, it's history, not present. Sierra Leone is living proof that peace is built, not inherited. At number 4, the Gambia, the smallest country on mainland Africa, a sliver of land surrounded by Senegal, and yet with a GPI of 1.855 and a world ranking of 55, the Gambia is the 4th safest country on the continent. How does a country this tiny stay so peaceful? Social cohesion. The Gambia is like a village that happens to be a nation. Everyone knows everyone. Conflicts are settled by elders, not armies. And the tourism industry built around the River Gambia and Atlantic beaches depends on that reputation. In 2017, the Gambia had a political crisis. The world held its breath, and then the dictator left peacefully. The military didn't fire a shot. That tells you everything about the country's character. The Gambia, small in size, massive in peace. And number 3, Namibia. Namibia is vast, it's empty, and it's incredibly safe. With a GPI of 1.789 and a world ranking of 50, Namibia isn't just safe by African standard, it's safe by global standards. This is a country where tourists rent cars and drive alone through the desert for days, where you can camp in the middle of nowhere. The only thing that wakes you up is the lion's roar, 5 kilometers away. Where Swakopmund feels like a German beach town dropped into the Namib desert. Namibia's low population density is part of its secret. Fewer people, fewer conflicts, strong institutions, no history of civil war, and a tourism sector that treats safety as sacred. If you want to see Africa's most dramatic landscape without a security detail, you go to Namibia. Number 2, Botswana. Botswana is a gold standard of African stability. Since independence in 1966, it has held free and fair elections, never had a coup, never had a civil war. It's a democracy that works. And that peace has a number, 1.743 on the Global Peace Index, ranking 43rd in the world. That means Botswana is safer than the United Kingdom, safer than Spain, safer than France. Let that sink in. Nearly 40% of Botswana is protected national park. The Okavango Delta, Chobe National Park, the Central Kalahari. This is where the world's largest elephant population lives and where tourists feel safer than in European capitals. Botswana proves that good governance isn't a Western invention, it's an African achievement. And now, number 1. Mauritius, with a Global Peace Index score of 1.586, ranking 26 in the world. Mauritius isn't just the safest country in Africa, it's one of the safest countries on earth. This tiny island nation in the Indian Ocean has virtually no violent crime, no terrorism, no political instability. The police are professional. The streets are safe at 3 a.m. You can leave your bag on the beach and you'll probably still be there when you get back. Mauritius has a strong social institution, stable governance, and a multicultural society where Hindus, Muslims, Chinese, and Croats live side by side without friction. It's a model for what African peace can look like when everything clicks. Is it perfect? No place is. Petty theft happens, cyclones hit, but in terms of your physical safety, your political security, and your peace of mind, Mauritius is in a league of its own, the safest country in Africa. Before we go, 2 quick honorable mentions. First, Rwanda. I know you're asking, where is Rwanda? Kigali is the safest city in Africa, and you're right. Rwanda has the lowest street crime in the mainland. Kigali is immaculate, but the Global Peace Index also measures militarization and political indicators, which pulled Rwanda's overall ranking to 17th in Africa. For travelers, it's arguably the safest place to visit. For the data, it just misses this list. Second, Seychelles, another island paradise with virtually no crime. If expanded to 15, Seychelles is absolutely there. But now, I want to hear from you. Which country surprised you the most? And which one do you think should have been number 1? Drop it in the comment section. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.